I know we briefly spoke, but just ending the regular season on the right note, letting those seniors win a game, that finishing their careers out at home with a win. Just all around it's got to be a good feeling, right?
Yeah, it was a great feeling. Credit goes all to the kids. They battled through. They stayed in, hung tough throughout the whole game, and just believed themselves and just kept playing.
What was it that worked for you guys? Because I know when I was there, I mean, y'all were playing well defensively, and then it was kind of one of those deals where, for that first half, it seemed like y'all just went tick and tack with them, and that probably, from also looking at the scoreboard and kind of scoreboard watching, seemed like the case in the second half. It was just tick for tack, back and forth until y'all eventually pulled away.
Yeah, I mean they're a very good ball club. We were able to, create some turnovers in the second half and take advantage of that situation. And the kids just played tough and gave themselves a chance to win the ball game.
And then in the fourth quarter, it seemed like what made the difference and what made y'all be able to tie them up and then go ahead by 2 touchdowns is y'all kind of wore them down on the ground. I mean, your ground game was going the whole game.
Yeah, a lot of credit goes to the offensive line, Coach Gonzalez and Coach Cáceres. They did a good job preparing those kids, and those kids just played hard. And our running backs, they were able to run the ball quite well.
You've told us all season these kids don't quit. Whether they're down, whether they're coming off of a loss, coming into practice that week, they don't give up. Their heads are always up. Getting a win in the last week of the regular season, is this the best example we've seen out of it from this group this season?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been, obviously we've been the underdog going into the district, and our kids just kept fighting through it, and they believe in what they can do, and they just, we've always tell them, I said, it's what you guys believe in what can happen if you guys just put it to work, put it into motion.
It goes back to, starting things off fairly, falling there to Fort Stockton that first week at district. Andrews looks like, they were the district champ, or they're at least the 1 seed. Kind of looking at everything now, just how you guys competed in district. How do you feel that your team?
Our kids represented our school well, and they played hard, they played tough. We let one slip away, the first district game. But they kept battling. They went to Andrews and they had a rough start, but they finished strong, and still didn't get down. And they finished, like I said, we said earlier that they finished the season strong, the regular season.
Well, and so with that being said, the way that you guys competed in district, because that's ultimately what matters during the regular season. Now that you kind of saw that, how does that boost the confidence level of how this team could do in the playoffs?
Just like I said weeks earlier, winning, it obviously, brings up morale a little more, another notch or two. That being said, winning last Friday, I think going into the playoffs, the boys are playing a little more confident. But we understand that we're facing a very tough team, very sound, very disciplined, and we've met in the last 2 years, so we know what's coming. And so we're hoping, we just got to do our job and be in the position to win the game at the end.
Yeah, Coach, as far as common opponents, they played Big Spring and lost to them. You took care of business quite well against Big Spring. Is that in itself?
Man, any given Friday. So you would like to think that's how it works, but it doesn't. So we got to concentrate on what we can do, and like I said, just take care of business and do what we do and be in a position to win.
There's some teams playing on Thursday, some on Friday. As a head coach, do you prefer having the Friday playoff game, give yourself a little bit extra prep?
Not necessarily. We got to, especially the first round of the playoffs, we kind of have to make a decision whether we have to play Thursday or Friday, and just get prepared. So there's no preference.
Talking about Clint, you know what, like you said, you know what to expect out of them. They haven't changed anything. It looks like even when I was looking at some of their stuff, they're still pretty run and run some more.
That's what makes them scary. They don't do a lot of things, and all the plays they do them right. And they're successful at it.
But with that being on top of that, you guys have faced plenty of run teams, and one of the things last year and I know 2 separate seasons, but comparing a common opponent from you played them last year in the playoffs, you know what's coming. One of the things that you guys struggled with was stopping the run, and I can say that you guys have done a lot better job with that. You've even pointed that out. Knowing what you know now, how does that kind of?
We know we got better. we know we've gotten better stopping the run, but every week is a challenge, and we just got to continue what we're doing and not get overly confident.
Does it help that y'all face a lot of teams that are not necessarily similar to them as far as maybe play calls, but that they are run heavy?
Oh, it definitely helps. It definitely helps getting some repetitions like that throughout the season. I think the kids, they see it more, they get better at it.
How do you feel like Clint compares to these other teams that are really good at running the ball?
They're very physical. They're very physical, and they just won't. When we try to tackle them, people try to tackle them, they don't go down easy. So we got to make sure we rally to the ball and secure the tackle, and just hopefully we're in a position to stop them.
Obviously, a team like that likes to control time of possession. How big is it going to be for you guys to get them out of there on third down?
It's critical for us to stop them, because they can chew up the clock pretty quickly if we're not careful.
How level-headed are your young guys entering playoff week now?
Right, they're excited. They need to enjoy it. And they need to enjoy it and just prepare it. And hopefully Friday, like I said, it'll probably hit them a little more.
Is there any extra? Have you noticed that there's maybe a little bit of extra there for the guys that were a part of the team last year, since they were the ones that knocked you guys out of the playoffs?
They may think that way. I don't know. I'm sure but they're excited to face Clint and they respect what they do, and just like we did last week, and we're going to take the same approach. We respect them and what they do, and be ready for it.
If there was a thing that I know it's a different game, but again, they haven't changed. It doesn't sound like. If there's one thing that in particular that you learned from last year's playoff game, what would you say that it was?
Minimize mistakes, just really that was it. I think we made one too many mistakes, maybe more than one, but we minimized mistakes.
So I think it's like 4 turnovers that you guys had. You say that's probably what killed you off.
Yeah. Anytime you turn the ball over, that doesn't happen.
When it's do or die time like this, Coach, what would it mean for your team and your program, not just for the seniors, but the younger guys, if you're able to win this playoff game and get to the next one and see what you can do there?
Our goal is to win Friday, just like Clint is. Their goal is to beat us. So we're going to try to do our best. And obviously, if we're able to achieve that, it's going to be a big part of our program.
Have y'all ever played out there at Brave Stadium in Iraan?
I don't believe so.
Beautiful stadium.
Yeah,
like
there's
you're driving on the highway, and all of a sudden it just pops up.
a lot of tradition out there. So
Right.
we're excited and we're thankful that they're allowing us to play there.